Um, Very good morning to everyone. It's a wonderful Saturday, and I'm sure all of you are, at home. I hope you have had your breakfast. I've had my hard-boiled eggs with the Thermomix. Okay. We have a lot of participants here this morning, and I would welcome all of you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your precious time with us, especially your weekend. And the other thing is I'd like to ask if you do have your phone, can you check that first of all your microphone is muted? Okay. And among all the guests here, we have many types of viewers today, right? Some are users, some have just started to receive their Thermomix. Some have already been cooking for some years and are here to learn more recipes, to get more ideas from us. Right, so I will cover different areas and different details. I myself, my name is Ping Ping. I have been using the Thermomix for over 10 years as a user. Right, so among the viewers today, our lovely guest this morning, can I have a show of hand if it's your first time viewing a Thermomix? Can you put in the chat room that it is your first time today seeing the Thermomix? Salina, yes, good morning. Yeah, any more first timers? Wonderful, mommy of three. I'm a mommy of three too. Welcome. Alisa, Tracy. Wow, wow. Yeah, and as a mom, yeah, it's really important to cook for our family, right? Okay, all right. So without further ado, let's get moving. Okay, so it is your first time seeing the Thermomix, and that's how I started becoming a Thermomix user, just like you. 10 over years ago, I was also watching a demo. That time it was in a friend's house. Today we're doing a video demo, online demo together with everyone here. All right, so everyone here would have a cooking journey with the Thermomix, okay? All right, so when we talk about Thermomix, what are we actually looking at? We are actually considering how we're going to cook in the kitchen. We are considering, is there any help that we can get to make life easier for us in the kitchen to prepare like our three main meals, or to the extent that sometimes we want to go for 5 different meals, including the tea time, including supper, right? So if some of you do cook at home, perhaps what are the things that you will look at? What are the things that you will consider? Would you consider money saving as one of the important factors? Yeah, if we can bring food quality, restaurant quality food and recipes, and we can recreate them easily at home, wouldn't it be wonderful? Like, if I have a family of with 3 kids, with my husband, myself, it's family of five, right? 5 of us. If we eat out, it's going to be quite expensive, right? Especially in high quality restaurant. But if I can do that at home with a fraction of price, how wonderful would that be? And Thermomix will help you exactly to do that. Reliably easy recipe, we're talking about recipes that you can recreate every day. Yeah, so with the Thermomix, we have a lot of wonderful easy recipes. Some is 1 step, some even 2 steps, 3 steps, and you're done, and later you will experience that together with us. Healthy recipes right now, especially now in times of pandemic, eating at home is already so important, right? Right, we want to avoid getting contamination in our food, right, being outside. And the other thing is we always look into including healthy ingredients into our recipes. When we are outside in restaurant, we cannot control what they put inside, whether there's MSG or whether there is recycled oil, or whether even to the extent that simplest thing, that even if they do wash our vegetables properly, right? And then creative eating, we're talking about how we can have many food ideas that we can cook at home. This is what we call our daily challenge. thinking about what to eat for breakfast, thinking about what to cook for lunch, thinking about what our husband like to eat, what our children like to eat. And Thermomix, there's a wonderful news to share with everyone. We have a cookie dough platform that houses 67,000 recipes. 67,000, meaning if you look at the numbers, seriously, it is like recipes that you can explore for a lifetime. Yeah, and the range of recipes is really a big um, different kind of recipes that you can look at. For example, like Asian recipes, we do have Indian recipes, Chinese, Indonesian, Korean, Japanese, it's all there. If you want to go for Western, we have Italian recipes, American, German, so you do not need to travel to the countries to enjoy them. You can actually do that and enjoy them at home. And then time saving, of course, now is super important. Children are having their classes at home. Parents also are working from home, right? So, and time saving is some important factor that we always look at. And Thermomix is going to help you to save a lot of time. Okay. Okay, when we talk about Thermomix, this particular product, we are talking about the company behind, the history behind, the company that has manufactured this product. It has been around for 130 years. So if we look at my t-shirt here, it's established in 1883, right? 130 years of company backing you up when you start to use the product. And we have presence in 80 over countries around the world. Okay, along the years that we have been in the market, we have also accumulated a number of international awards and recognitions, right? And if you do watch MasterChef as well, you also do realize that, hey, MasterChef endorsed Thermomix in their competition as well. So you do see that within the competition, chefs do use the Thermomix and they do accomplish different kinds of recipes to get with the Thermomix. So Thermomix itself has been around since 1960, and you would see here at the chart here is something can be an eye-opening factor to you. From 1960 until now, we have evolved many rounds, many additions, and to today, this is what it is now, the TM6, and it is still the world's best #1 all-in-one kitchen appliance. Okay, now every 23 seconds we have a new home, a new family starting to embark on Thermomix cooking. Okay, and this is how fast we are growing. Discovering the Thermomix. So what comes together with it, right? To some friends, maybe you feel that, hey, I've seen my friend make cake with the Thermomix, I've seen my friend make ice cream, and then the next moment I seen my friend make curry chicken, rendang, right? And then after that is bread. Okay, then in some of my friends' mind, they thought that, hey, Thermomix, maybe it comprises of many uh, accessories and add-ons. Okay, but when you look at what it is today, when we introduce it today, it is just this slim, petite, super powerful all-in-one machine. Okay, so here is it's the main unit. On the top here, I would like to share with you here, if you could see the chart. Now I'm bringing the actual accessory. The top here is the Varoma. So the Varoma acts as a steamer, right? Because I'm using it, I've already prepared the lining and the ingredient inside. So the Varoma has 2 layers. The top layer is called the Varoma tray. The bottom layer is the Varoma dish. Okay, so the dish itself, it's 3.3 liter in size. Okay, so when you use the Varoma, it's essentially for steaming. So now you know, oh, when I have the Thermomix, I actually have a steamer as well. It comes with 2 layers. Okay, so you can steam actually 2 layers of food at one time. So saving a lot of time. And this is the Varoma cover. Okay, let's say if you want to steam a bigger size food, like for example, the ingredient like chicken, the whole chicken, you can. By removing the upper tray, you actually have a dish 3.3 liter size to house the whole chicken. All right. So I'm putting this in because we're making this afterwards. Okay. Place this aside. Moving downwards here, it is our TM bowl. Okay. So it is the 2.2-liter TM bowl made with high-end quality stainless steel from Germany. And within the bowl, you would also observe that there's a blade with 4 sides inside. Okay. Now, the best thing about the stainless steel as the material that's used, it is that it doesn't absorb smell, because stainless steel, after washing and cleaning, right, it doesn't have the smell that sticks to the surface. So for one machine, one Thermomix, one bowl, you can do like your smoothies, you can blend your juice. The next moment, you do your curry, and then after that, you do your ice cream. You do not have smell crossing over different recipes that you produce. Okay, and then moving downwards here, it is, of course, the most important thing you look at within the machine. It is the technology, and they have incorporated what we call the frictionless motor technology. Frictionless motor meaning as the motor spins, it works on a frictionless technology that doesn't create heat. Because there's no friction, there's no heat. And you're having that technology, right? You can keep blending and blending and blending without worrying about the motor will, emit smell, will get burned, and you do not even need to rest it. Some of you do have blenders at home, right? I used to have many different types of blenders at home. I remember you used to blend different kinds of food. Sometimes you got to rest it because you can smell actually the motor is getting hot. Yeah, and you could feel it too. Now with Thermomix, you will not face that problem. Okay. And the motor is super powerful. It goes up to 10,700 rotation per minute. So if I can relate that to the speed of the car, most of you do drive, it is actually equivalent to 250 kilometers per hour. Really, really, really fast and powerful. And we are going to observe how that power is going to create a lot of wonderful recipes for us. Okay. Now this is the main screen. If you could see here, right? The home screen has 3 circles. The first circle representing the time, how long you want to cook your food. Second circle is actually the type of fire that you want to use to cook your food. Okay, so you can actually start from 0. As low as 37, you can use that to warm up baby food, or cook certain things that needs low temperature. Or you can go up to 90 degrees for what we call double boiling temperature, which is great for kaya, for example. All right, and then it goes up to 120 for sauteing, for tumis, and then varoma for steaming. Okay, so this is the temperature. The speed represents the speed of your stirring, and the speed also defines the texture that you want for your food. Okay, so if you want to grind something to really fine, you go all the way to speed 10, and then you get really fine texture as a result. All right, so there's a time, temperature, speed. So this is the screen. Wonderful, right? You like the screen? Touch screen, sizable. And I would like to also tell you that because of the TM6 that comes with a Wi-Fi, built-in Wi-Fi, by scrolling to the other side, you can also now be bringing your TM6 screen online. So this is what I've shared to you just now regarding the cookie dough, right? So this is the cookie dough screen where you can search for the recipe that you want, and you can extract it straight here, and it guides you how to cook that as well. And we're going to show you how cookie dough works as well. Okay. Now going back to home, if we swipe it to the other side, what do you get? You get all the different modes. So at the moment, we have 20 functions that is built in with the TM6, and it keeps adding on. There are more that are coming. That's why when we talk about Thermomix, Thermomix now, we call it a smart at heart, because the functions keep getting added on as you use it. So when there is a new software update, the Wi-Fi will detect the new software update, and it will self-update to the latest version, and it will also be adding on new functions as you do the update. Okay, so as time to come, maybe in a month or so, you say, hey, how come Thermomix has a new function? Maybe half a year to come, we are also actually now testing on videoing on the screen as well. So you're going to see recipes that's going to display in video format soon, coming very, very soon. Okay, so you will enjoy that as you're using it. Okay, So these are the things. One of the most important thing, because being a German product, they always emphasize on safety. And you realize that before we even start to cook, the lock will lock by itself. Okay, without the lid, it doesn't lock. And without having a chance to lock, you will see that the plate doesn't move. All right. So how do you own a Thermomix? The full payment is 7,188. At the moment, we still do have the 200 ringgit voucher that is available for everyone who made the purchase today, and bringing the price to 6,988. But we also have financing up to 24 months, and it's also interest free. Thereby, if you calculate it on a daily basis, it is only 9 ringgit a day. Now, we talk about 9 ringgit a day in Malaysia. What can you actually get, right? And now we're talking about preparing food, not just for one member of the family, but for the entire family for only 9 ringgit a day. Join us for free. Something that you can also consider, we do have partner program. Let's say if you love the machine and you love what I'm doing, you love what Ezrin is doing, you may want to consider becoming a partner. Thereby, we have a program that you can earn your demo unit for free, okay? So it is a partner program, right? So if you're keen in the partner program, you can always explore that with the advisors who invited you here today. Thermomix are actually all this different combination of all these appliances functions in one. So before me, my kitchen used to have all this. I used to have blender, not just one blender. I have 2 blenders at least each time. One for my smoothies, one for my juicing, and another for what? For our local spices, right? We like to do paste, yeah. So mincing of meat, yeah. So I always separate my blender. Thereby, I ended with 2 blenders long time ago. Do any one of you have 2 blenders at home? Yeah, and then steamer, right? We can steam our food with stove, but we still buy a steamer. Why? Because the timer is there. It makes life a lot easier, right? Now, Thermomix also does the steaming for you with the timer also, okay? Emulsifying, you want to whip up something. You used to have a cake mixer. Anyone have a cake mixer at home? If you have a cake mixer, definitely you have a weighing scale, okay? So if you have a blender, a steamer, a cake mixer, and a weighing scale, there's already 5 different kitchen appliances that you have at home. Okay, so if you like to make bread, for example, some families also invested in bread maker. There comes 6 different appliances. Okay, so it is normal then, because we did not have a Thermomix that time. So we want to create food for our family. So we get all the appliances that we need. And we end up with maybe 7, 8, 9, some families, 10 different appliances. Can you imagine taking all of them out and put them on a kitchen top? Is it possible? It is possible, but you wouldn't want to do that, right? Because it will look very messy, very cluttered. Yeah, and after a while, you feel that, hey, I don't make bread every day. I should keep my bread maker, and only when I need it, I will take it out. And then making cakes is the same. Your cake mixer is the same, right? But after having kept them, you realize that you hardly would take them out because it's a lot to do, a lot to clean. And then the after cooking process is a lot of hard work and tedious work. Yeah, so they end up as white elephant. So the difference between those and Thermomix is those are individual function appliances, whereas Thermomix is 20 in one at the moment, and it is still adding. So it is the same as our smartphone. Thermomix is going to be your smart kitchen. Everything can be done here, and you can rely on the Thermomix for your cakes, for your bread, for your daily cooking, for your curry paste, for your juicing, for your smoothie. It is all here. And at the end of the day, after creating all the wonderful food at home, you only clean one thing, which is the Thermomix. And leaving yourself, best of all, what I love the most is a clean kitchen and a clean self. Okay, so later you will observe that. All right. So perfect kitchen for everyone. Whether you're cooking for one person, it is great. You start with only one appliance, and you can cook as little as half cup of rice for one person's portion. If you're starting family, that's the best. You do not need to invest in multiple products, just one Thermomix, and it serves your family for a lifetime. And as the family extends, when you have baby, it becomes the baby food processor. When the children grows up, it becomes your cake mixer. And the children wants ice cream, it becomes ice cream maker. You know, if they want muffin, it is there. Okay, so if you want bread, it is also going to be your kneading machine, right? So it expands with the family. For the elderly in the golden years, it is also important, right? Because you want to eat well at home. And sometimes cooking in the kitchen can be very tiring, standing for long hours. And Thermomix actually help them to eat well and be able to cook well at home. Okay, so it's wonderful, wonderful. So you can see that from this picture, I can cook, my children can cook. If my mom is here, grandma also can cook, and husband also can cook. Okay, all right, let's start with a very easy recipe. I want to start to showcase this wonderful product in action now. Okay, we are going to do a lemon slushy today, which a lot of family and children would love, especially in the current season where it's super, super hot outside. All right, so let me extract the recipe. I have already saved the recipe from the cookie dough into my Thermomix. Okay, so I'm going into my recipes, and these are my created collection. You can actually save what you like here. And I put it under my beverage category. You can create your own folder. And this is my lemon slush. Okay, let's turn it on. Now the recipe is turned on. And you could see there's a picture of the recipe that's displayed here. And over here, if I scroll up, you could see all the detailed instruction and the ingredients. All right. Now to start, very easy, just simply touch this. It says start cooking. So first thing, what do we do? The recipe tells us to add 150 grams of sugar. So here I have some natural, what you call that, rock sugar from natural cane sugar. Okay, I like to use this because it doesn't have bleaching, you know, it doesn't have preservatives inside, right? So I'm going to put this in. The weighing scale is turned on for me already, conveniently. And as I pour, I like you to observe the screen. Can everybody see the screen? Okay, so now it's capturing the amount of sugar I'm pouring in. It's 38 grams. Now the Thermomix TM6 weighs in 1 gram interval, so it's very, very accurate. Okay, it's great for baking, right? So I'm going for 150. If you like it to be less sweet, you can also cut down in terms of the amount of sugar that you want. Next, I'm going to add some lemon peel, the thin peelings of skin. So 1 lemon peel, which I have prepared. I'm going to take that out. Okay, so what you do is you want to peel only the top layer, not the white part. All right, so this is lemon peels. Next, insert measuring cup. All right, so this is the measuring cup covers the lid. All right, so when you see the instruction says insert measuring cup, it just simply means to cover the TM bowl with the lid. All right, next. Okay, it has set the time for us to 30 seconds. And instruction here, if I can read it out for you, if I may read it out, it says turn speed selector to speed 10. 10 meaning it goes up to 10,400 RPM, okay? 10,000 over spins in 1 minute. So let's turn it to speed 10. Okay, now can you hear the sound? It tells me that it's done. I do not need to stand by it. When it's done, it will let me know. Okay, and then let's see what happens inside. Oops. Okay. So then we just touch the screen and it stops the music. Now, guess what happens inside? With the peel and the rock sugar with speed 10, it has created what we call lemon icing sugar. Can you see how nice and how fine it is? Okay, let me get a spoon and then I'll be able to scoop up the. Okay. So this is what he has created. Now you know, oh wow, does that mean that when I have the Thermomix, I can also create my own flour? You can, and you can make your own icing sugar. You can also grind your spices, you know, and our what we call local herbs like tongkat ali, cut it into small cubes. For me, Chinese, we like to grind Chinese herbs like our ginseng powder. We can do that at home, and it's so clean, it's so convenient. Okay, now we add 4 lemons, flesh only, which I've removed the skin and the seeds. All right, so I'm going to put that in. This is about 4 lemons. Next, 500 grams of water. So I've prepared here water. Can you see that the scale is on? And even though I've already had ingredients inside, when the scale turned on for me to add water, it's going to weigh only water. It zeroes it for me. So convenient, right? Before, long time ago, you want to do baking, you got to pre-weigh everything with your weighing scale, and you end up with a lot of things to wash. Okay, so we have 500 grams of water. Okay, let's move on next. Insert measuring cup. So what does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? It means to cover the lid, right? As easy as that. Next. Okay, now the instruction has set the time for us because it's from cookie dough, 30 seconds. Same thing again, turn speed to speed 10. All right, so I'm going to turn it to speed 10 to let it run. Okay, the sound tells us that it's ready. It says, hey, Ping Ping, I'm ready for the next step. So all I need to do is to open up. Okay, and go next. All right, so it has blended everything into juice for me. Next thing, because I want to make slush, so I need to add some ice cubes. Okay, so 500 grams. Here I have about 500 grams of ice cubes. Pour everything in. All right, next, insert measuring cup. So we're going to cover it, same as before. And now it says turn speed to speed 6. All right, so there is actually an indicator here as well. The darker green area, it is where you got to turn. Okay, turn it until speed 6. Okay, next, if large pieces of ice are visible, then you got to just repeat the process. All right, so let's check how is it doing inside. Okay, looks wonderful. So I have my lemon slush to see how fine it is. Everything all blended, from rock sugar become powder, from powder and ice become chopped ice into wonderful little tiny icicles. Okay, now you can imagine with this. Now what can you do? You can make your own chendol at home. You can also make your ice kacang at home. All right, you can make ice cream as well. Okay, let me go pour it out. Show you how inside looks like. And here we have our lemon slush. Nice. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep the rest. It's actually very, very refreshing. Okay, I have a jug here. I'm just gonna pour it out. Just within a minute, I've created 1 liter of pure, homemade, healthy, natural juice at home. Okay? Now you understand why you can use it to create powder. When we talk about powder, apart from spices, if you love to buy quality coffee, you can also grind your own coffee beans, okay? Make your own juices. If you like boba tea, you can also do that because Thermomix has temperature, so it goes both ways. You can either go for cold drinks, you can also go for warm drinks like your tea, your coffee, right? You can also make our teh tarik. Seriously, Thermomix makes the really good quality teh tarik, okay? And a lot of creations that can make from soya bean milk, nut milk. I love to make my own almond milk, walnut milk, okay, at home. You can do that now easily with the Thermomix. And you could save, you can imagine, you can really save a lot of money. All right, so when we talk about cookie dough, that's what we used just now. Endless of inspiration, 67,000 recipes now, and it's still adding on. All right, and now we're going to move on to the next recipe. I'm going to pass the screen to Ezrin, and she's going to teach you how to use the Thermomix to do kneading, and you can explore now bread making, biscuits. And today she's going to teach you how to make homemade scones, all right? Homemade scone, all right? So I'm going to turn the screen to Ezrin now. All right.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Hey, Ezrin, you're on.
Okay. All right. My name is Ezrin, and today I'll be making raisin scones. Okay. It's very, very simple. It takes like around less than 2 minutes, okay, to get this dough done. So what you need is self-raising flour, okay, some unsalted butter, raw cane sugar, or if you don't have, you can use custard sugar, a bit of baking powder, salt, whole milk, and also raisins. So raisins you can substitute if you want to add cranberries or you want to put chocolate chips. Okay, if you want savory option, you can put some herbs, okay, dried herbs. Okay, so now let's start. So this recipe I'll be doing manually. Okay, that means I have to set the time myself, temperature if there's any, and speed. Okay, so we're gonna add in most of the ingredients. So we're gonna add in the flour. Okay, so if you want to weigh, you can go to the scale. All right, and then we can pour in 350 grams of self-raising flour. So you need to make sure that this is really cold, straight from the fridge. Okay, we need 100 grams. So you can just press tear, and then it will zeroize the scale. Okay, so just add in everything. Okay. And raw cane sugar. Okay, so I pre-weigh all this, but if I'm not doing a show like this, what I do is I just take the bag of sugar straight and pour it inside, and bag of flour, just pour it. So you save a lot of time instead of weighing, using a scale on the side to weigh. Okay, and we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of baking powder and half teaspoon of salt. So if you're making this for your kids and you don't want to add in the salt, you can also just omit it. Okay. Now we are going to mix the ingredients, okay, for 10 seconds. And then there's no temperature because we're just going to mix, and we go to speed 5. Okay, so when you hear the sound, means it's ready, and then it will unlock the. So it will look something like this, okay, like powder. Okay, and now we're going to add in milk. Okay, this is about 190 grams of milk. And your raisins. So if you don't want to add anything, up to you. Okay, so just put in whatever you like. If you don't want, just leave it up. Okay, so now we're going to use the kneading mode. Okay. So the kneading mode, manually you have to scroll to the side. And then there's a dough mode. Okay, so you just have to press on that, and then we're going to set to 30 seconds. Okay, and then you just have to turn to start. Okay, just turn and start. So that's very fast, right? Just 30 seconds. Okay, so kneading mode, what it does is it's going 5 times clockwise and 1 time anti-clockwise. Okay, so it's kneading, it's imitating the hand movement, the way that we knead our dough using our hand. Okay? So if you're curious, you can just open and see what it's doing. Okay. That's it, 30 seconds. Okay. So this is our thermomat. Okay, if you're interested to get this, you can ask from your advisor. Okay, it's high quality. You can even put it into the oven. It can withstand heat up to 230 degrees. So instead of using baking sheet, okay, you can use this as the mat. Okay. Right. So we have here our 30-second dough. Something like this. Okay, so to remove this, you can turn and twist the bottom, or you can even release the mixing knife, okay, together with the dough. Okay. So just use the spatula and remove. The dough is meant to be slightly wet, so it's normal. Okay, so don't add any more flour to this. So the first few recipes that I tried when I got my Thermomix was the pao. Okay, so our very famous Thermomix pao. It takes 2 minutes to knead. Okay, very fast, and the ingredients are very simple. You just need to make sure that your yeast is fresh. Okay, I mean straight from the packet, or if you have opened the yeast packet, just make sure you keep it in the freezer. Okay, freezer or fridge, it doesn't matter. Just so that it doesn't it doesn't activate by itself, okay? Because if you leave it out in the room temperature, it might accidentally activate itself. Okay, so just be careful around the blade. Okay, it's quite sharp. Okay, I've already lined my pan there, and also I've already heated up my oven. Okay, you need to heat it up to 200 degrees. Okay, so just roll this into a ball. Don't touch it too much because you don't want to warm it up. Okay, oops. That was my microphone. Okay, so now we have, okay, I have these 2 cookie cutter. Okay, and you just need a roller. Okay, just to make it around 1 inch. Okay, about 1 inch thickness. So it depends. If you like it smaller, you can make it slightly thinner. Okay, but for me, I like it around 1 inch. Okay, so just make sure the sides is smooth. Okay. I'm gonna get this. So just what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip into some flour. Okay. You can use around 6 centimeter diameter size, or mine is slightly smaller, I think about 5 centimeters. So just cut it. Okay, so the flour will help it to not let it stick too much. Okay, so like that. Okay, so just arrange on your tray, and I'm just gonna keep on going. So there'll be, you know, when you do this, there'll be like the sides, right? So what you do is you just gather it again and just roll it up like just now. Okay, just use the rolling pin. Just do it. Just make it into 1 inch thickness. Okay, so what else can you use our dough function? Okay, so you can see here, of course, you have to try our pao if you haven't, or when you get your Thermomix, you have to try the Pao. Okay, it's very fast, and you can actually steam. You can make soup at the bottom while you steam your Pao, so you get a 2-in-1 dish. Okay, it's very sedap lah. You have to try. Okay, so you can ask the recipe from your advisor. Okay, so what else can you do? You can make your own bread. Okay, so this is like a bread lah. Okay, and then make your own pasta as well. Okay, it's actually fun to make this with your kids. Okay, like this, I've made this before with my kids. He gets really, really happy that he gets to participate. For them, just pressing this down is something really fun that they can participate together with you. So, have your kids there with you to do it. Sometimes I'll make pizza with my kids. Same thing, you just need to knead the dough for around 2 minutes. Okay. And then, of course, you want to make your own fish ball, your meatball, okay, because the ones in the supermarket is full of preservative. Okay, check the expiry date, then there are a lot of things in there, and you don't know how clean is the machine, okay, that makes the fish ball, the meatball, and you don't know what parts they use. So try and make your own. It takes about 5 minutes, okay, to make your own meatball or fish ball. Okay, so after I've done this, I'm gonna just put some egg wash on top, just slightly, okay, not too much. And then I'm going to bake it for just 15 minutes, okay? So very fast, right? So make sure you try this. If you have time, you can do this with your kids today, okay? So I will pass the screen now to Ping Ping for her to continue her next dish, and then I'll see you later. I'll be cooking the prawns, okay? Ping Ping to you. Thanks, everyone.
Hi. I'm back. Right, so you see, my kids are enjoying my lemon slush now, and I just gave my bowl a quick rinse.
Maybe you need to spotlight yourself.
Okay.
Can maybe?
Yes. Right. So what as we showed you just now, making bread is a breeze. Making scones was really super easy, right? Traditionally, you got to use your hand to make the crumbs, right? And Thermomix does that for you, even wastefully. What I really love about kneading, I also make my own fish paste, my own chicken nuggets. Kids love nuggets, so never buy the frozen ones. They're packed with a lot of preservatives. And then when you look at the ingredients, seriously, do they really use like quality chicken meat or whatever meat? Right? They would have used all the extras and blended it together. At home, you can choose the best cut of meat that you want, and you can make your own fish ball, your own meatball, your own nuggets. Try this. It's really, really easy. It's really tasty. Your own yong tau foo at home. Okay, moving on, I'm going to share with you how do you do this kind of cooking, what we call 4 layers or multi-layer cooking. These are methods that you can use to help you save time, and you can do multiple recipes at one go, right? So today we're making the chicken teriyaki chicken balls, right? It's a Japanese kind of food. I would like sushi here. You like sushi? No, this is a kind of sushi that we have vegetable inside, we have protein inside with rice, right? It's packed with a lot of wonderful vitamins and quality nutrients for children and the whole family. Okay, so how do we do that? First thing, we are going to
Ping Ping,
wash.
sorry. You can't hear you clearly.
Hear me?
Adjust your mic, Ping Ping.
Let's try. How about now? Is it better now? I hope. Can you hear me now?
Yes?
Is
Yes.
it better?
Yes, better. Yep.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Irene. All right. So I'm going to start with the rice. So how do we cook rice with the Thermomix? The Thermomix comes with something called the simmering basket.
Okay, so as you know, you can actually steam rice here as well. You can steam food here. At the same time, there's an accessory called the simmering basket where you can steam smaller amount of food and you can cook rice with this. Now, cooking rice with this is the greatest thing. If you like to have rice that is low in carbs, right, or you like to cut down on carbs, right, you can use this to cook your rice. And even I've also used this to wash my grains. Okay, basket, wash your grains inside, and here is my uncooked rice, clean uncooked rice in the simmering basket, which I'm going to place in the TM bowl. Right, the TM bowl I've already added in about 1,200 grams of water. Okay, so we have water inside. We have simmering basket with rice, which I'm going to immerse inside. And when this is cooked, the rice is cooked this way. What it does is that it actually moves the water as it cooks and it steams, and at the same time it drains the starch out. Right? When we cook rice with rice cooker, what happens is that we put water and we put rice. Right? At the end of the cooking, you get rice. Where do the water go? The water actually went back into the rice, absorbed into the rice. So the starch is actually still there. For Thermomix, right, this rice cooking method, as it cooks, it drains the starch out. And later, I will show you the water content that is left over inside is actually very sticky and starchy water. Right? So you actually do drain a lot of starch out into the water. So if you love to keep fit, this is the way to go. Right? So on top here, I'm covering the lid. Okay. Now, how do I cook my chicken? I have marinated this chicken fillet. I chopped it into small little cubes, marinated with some teriyaki sauce, soya sauce, some pepper. Okay. And this is the varoma. I'm going to place the plate here, steam in the varoma. So the chicken is going to steam on the lower layer. Now remember, there are holes here under the aroma. The purpose of having these holes is to have the steam release up to cook your food. So remember always to put a stand to elevate the plate of food that you want to cook. Or if you don't have a low stand, you can also use this, these are what we call chopsticks that you get from your outside packed food, right? So you can actually use this, line it at the bottom of the aroma tray, and place your plate on top. This way you can ensure that you do not cover all the holes and still allow the steam to be released. Okay, so we will place the aroma on top, and on the upper layer, I'm going to steam some eggs. I'm going to make omelette with this. Right, this is the way that you can make oil-free omelette. Okay, oil-free omelette. Okay, so here I mix some eggs with some salt and some pepper. I'm just going to mix it again. Just give it a stir. And instead of using a plate to steam my eggs, I'm going to use this parchment paper. You can get this from any baking shop. Wet it and then line your upper aroma tray. Okay? And after mixing your eggs, just pour it on top. When it's cooked, it is going to come out as one piece, right? Just like omelette. So if you would like to add some other ingredients to your omelette, you could in fact also add some prawns, some chopped onions, and you would like it to be even more flavorful, you can saute it first and then add it onto your eggs to be steamed, and it becomes your oil-free omelette. Okay? Right. So how do we steam the eggs? We're going to place the eggs on top of the aroma tray or the aroma dish, and we're going to cover the lid. As simple as this. I'm going to steam it for 18 minutes. And temperature, remember, we have a temperature called varoma. This is the varoma dish and the varoma tray, right? So varoma means the temperature goes up to the point that it has steam, right? Strong steam, enough to steam your food in the varoma. And I'm turning the speed to speed 1. Okay, so what's happening now? It's going to cook the water, boil the water. the boiling water is going to cook my rice. At the same time, within this 18 minutes, it's going to cook my teriyaki chicken. And on top, it's also going to steam my egg omelette. Right? So in this 18 minutes, do I need to watch the fire? No, the time is already set for me. Right? And at this time, when you're in rush, this is wonderful way to cook your food. You have 3 to 4 dishes done. While it's cooking, you can actually free yourself to attend to your children, or you could actually do some work on the side, free yourself to take a wonderful shower, a refreshing shower. And when you're done, when you're down, your 3-in-1 meals are complete with you. Right? So we have a lot of recipes giving this kind of cooking ideas. But we also have our favorite chicken rice where you steam half a chicken here or some chicken meat on top, and then cooking rice at the bottom, allowing the chicken essence to drip on the rice. So that way, if you want the chicken essence to drip on the rice, do not put the tray to hold the chicken. Just put it straight on the baroma dish, and the holes as it steams will allow the chicken essence to drip on the rice, and the rice would be your naturally flavored chicken essence rice, and it's really, really tasty. Okay, on the top you can steam some vegetables, and then you have your vegetables, your meat, and your rice, and you're ready. The extra water at the bottom created by the rice water. If you have children at home, rice water are great for them because they need the carbs. Okay, so the rice water that's excess at the bottom of the TM bowl, you can pop in some tomatoes, some potatoes, some carrots, and cook it for another 10 minutes. You can actually create your own ABC soup at home. So it's wonderful, complete meal for the entire family. All right, so apart from what I've shown you, later on, Ezrin is also going to show you how you can saute to create your daily dishes, like you're sauteing your vegetables, cooking your curry chicken, Today she's going to teach you how to cook some prawns with the Thermomix. On top of that, Thermomix also comes with something called the kettle mode. Right? And this is not a normal kettle. This is what we call a smart kettle, where you can boil water to any temperature that you like. So for example, if you want to make baby milk, right? A long time ago, what we do is we pour some water, and then we want iron swan. What we do, we add some hot water, right? And we are worried, we would always test to see if the water is too hot. And we would test it with our hands to make sure that the water is not too hot that you will burn the baby's legs. So that is what we call the agak-agak way. Now you don't need to do that. The kettle mode will do it for you. If you want to boil your water to 37, just turn on the kettle mode, set it to 37 degrees. And when it reaches that temperature, it will tell you that, hey, I'm already there. And you can safely use the water to make a baby meal and a baby food. Okay? That's also great for like if you're into tea, right? You buy very good quality tea. And tea, if you overbrew it, it will become, the flavor will be gone. You won't bring up the best aroma in the tea. So the best temperature is about 75 degrees. So how do you ensure that your tea is brewed with this temperature? Use the kettle mode, boil the water to 75 and use that to steep your tea, okay? And then 95 degrees for coffee, for example. All right, we also have added in the slow cook mode. These are great for braising meat that are tough, like for example, braised beef, braised duck, it cooks still is really tender, and it's because it's cooked for long hours. The sauces and the flavor gets into the meat as well. So it's very, very easy to do this, and you get very tasty, very soft and tender meat. Okay. Also good for desserts like red bean soup. They used to take hours, and you got to watch the fire, you got to constantly stir to make sure that it doesn't overflow. Now Thermomix slow cook mode will do that part for you. We also have added on something called the fermentation mode. Any one of you buy yogurt every week for your children? Now this wonderful mode will help you to save a lot of money. Because all you need to do is to buy the first yogurt strain, just 120 grams of yogurt and 1 liter of milk. And that will help you to generate 1 liter of yogurt with your Thermomix yogurt fermentation function. Right? So the next batch that you want to create, the next batch of yogurt, what do? You don't need to buy any more strain because you already have your yogurt, right? So just save 120 grams of the yogurt that you've made for your next round, top up with 1 liter of fresh milk, and then you generate another liter of fresh yogurt. And you just keep doing that every week. You really save a lot. It's homemade quality, pure, no artificial flavoring, and no preservatives. You can even make some jams to add onto the yogurt to flavor it, and Thermomix helps you to make wonderful home cooked jams as well. Okay? So you can do that. And we have also people now exploring to make their own cheese. How about that? And maybe perhaps it's something that you will also get your hands on when you get at the moment, right? So this is another wonderful function that has been added. A lot of people love this. You know, you've been to French restaurant, some of you, and you've been to steakhouse especially, right? And you always wonder, how come you could get the perfect steak that you like? You know, when the waiter comes to you and they ask you, how would you like your steak to be done? Would you like it to be medium rare, well done? How do they define that in their cooking? This is the technique, the secret that they're using behind the kitchen, using the sous vide method. All right, so when you sous vide your meat, you can decide what kind of doneness that you want by choosing the temperature using the sous vide function. All right, and then after that, you're just searing on the pan, and then you get the perfect result that you like. Right? So apart from meat, you can also try for salmon, fish, chicken. When you do this, use chicken breast and try out. You would have never tried chicken breast that is that moist and that tender and that tasty before. Just marinate with a little seasoning, salt, pepper, add some herbs, fresh herbs in it, and you get wonderful flavorful tender meat, right? Very tender, very soft. Okay, so you can try this at home, at home easily for your whole family as well, without having to travel to expensive restaurants. Okay, so we will move on to the next mode, which we would like to show you live, which is how do you cook and saute with the Thermomix. Okay, so we're going to show you how do you stir fry, how do you do high temperature. I'm going to pass the screen back to Asri. She's going to teach you how to cook some wonderful prawns, garlic prawns.
Hi everyone, I'm back. If only you could smell my kitchen. Okay, the scones are rising nicely. It smells really good. So it'll be done in less than 5 minutes, and then I'll just have to pick it up. Okay. So now we are going to do garlic prawns. We are using high temperature recipe. So you need to use your cookie dough. Okay. So I've already set this recipe into my week. Okay. So you can actually do your meal planning for the week, for the month, even if you want. Okay, so today I've already saved it until today's date. It's called chili garlic prawns. Okay, so just press on the recipe. Just like Ping Ping said earlier, you can scroll down and see the ingredients and preparation. So this same information is also on your phone, on your iPad. If you log into Cooking Do International, you will see the same information. Okay, so you can also create your shopping list so you can send it to your husband, okay, or to your parents or to your friends to go and buy for you the ingredients. Okay, so just scroll up and press start cooking. So it says here you need 4 garlic cloves. Okay, I like a lot of garlic, so I have here 5, just extra 1. Okay, so if you like more, you can add in slightly more. Okay, and then all you have to do is just press next. Okay, 1 to 2 fresh chilies, deseeded. So I have here 2 cut into half. Okay, press next. Insert measuring cup, so make sure this is covered. Okay, and then you go to next. Okay, they already set the time, which is 3 seconds. And you have to turn the speed selector to speed 7. Okay, so now it's going to chop for me for 3 seconds. Okay, let's see. 3 seconds, what do we have? Okay. So if you like it finer or not so fine, you can adjust the speed. Okay, so this is speed 7. So just have to, it says here you have to scrape down. So just follow the instructions. Even the part where they tell you to put in the oven or to cover the lid, okay, they will tell you every single step. Okay, so you don't have to worry. Okay, so just scrape down because we are going to saute this now. So when you put back your bowl, right, always put it back gently, okay? Because if you bang this many times, your Thermomix could actually crack. Okay, so just be gentle when you take it out and when you put it back in as well. Okay, so next, 50 grams of olive oil. So I'm going to press the tear button so it zero rise. Okay. And next, half teaspoon of salt and half teaspoon of sweet paprika. So I already mixed it in here, so just pour everything. Next, insert measuring cup. Okay, next. Okay, so now it's going to saute for just 1 minute. Okay, so they already set the time for 120 degrees. And all you have to do is turn the speed to speed 1. Okay, so now we are using 120 degrees to saute. So all sauteing, if you want to do any sauteing, we usually use 120 degrees. Okay, so 120 degrees, this is actually perfect for you to cook your food, your veggie, your ingredients so that you can still preserve the nutrients. Okay, because what we do is when we cook on the fire tends to get too hot. It goes up to 180 degrees, 200 degrees. And because it's too hot, you tend to overburn your oil as well. Okay, especially if you use olive oil on the fire, it's actually toxic. I didn't know that because before I started using Thermomix. Okay, I was using olive oil for everything because in my mind, olive oil is good. But if you use it on the fire when it's too hot, you will actually turn it into something toxic. Okay, because it has a low burning point. Okay, but with Thermomix at 120 degrees is very safe. Okay, use all the olive oil that you want. Okay, so now it's done. We're done sauteing, just 1 minute. So press next. Okay, wow, smells good. Even 1 minute, I can smell. I'll show you. As you can see. Okay, so we have a lot of oil here because we are doing high temperature cooking today. Okay, so we need 500 grams of king prawn, peel and tail on optional. Okay, so I left the tail on. So just put everything in. Okay, press next and place the splash guard. So what you do is you cover the lid and then this is called the splash guard. You will get it together with your Thermomix. Just put it on top and it will lock together. Okay, press done. And they already set 4 minutes. And then the temperature is at max. Max meaning it's either 160 or 170. But for high temperature like this is 160 degrees. Okay, so just turn to start. Okay, so now it's cooking for 4 minutes. Okay, my spoon is done, so I'm going to remove it. So I'm just gonna let it cool down a bit, okay, before I show you how it looks inside. Okay, so here I'm doing high temperature cooking, okay. So we also have an option if you want to make your kids lollipop, okay, or you want to make caramel, because when you do this on the fire, it's very hard to get that constant temperature. Okay, I've tried doing caramel myself. It's not easy. I've done it twice, 3 times, then only I can get it right. Because how do you know, right, what is the temperature? You buka kejap, you don't know how to get it at a constant temperature. So with Thermomix, 170 means it's at 170, you will get the perfect caramel. Okay? And when you cook your veggie, okay, at 120, because you get to preserve the nutrients, you will see the color of your veggie, it becomes very vibrant. Okay, Okay, so what restaurants, what they do is they blanch in hot water first. So when you do that, you are killing half the nutrients. Okay, and then after that, they stir fry on the fire. So another half of the nutrients are gone. So when you eat at restaurants, you see nice color, but they blanch in hot water and then they put a lot of seasoning to cover back the natural flavor of the veggie. Okay, so with Thermomix, you don't have to worry. Okay, you will see vibrant color and all the nutrients of your veggie are still intact. Okay, so you don't have to add oyster sauce lah. You don't have to add so many other seasoning. Okay, because you can enjoy your veggie just like that. Okay. And then, all right, so we also have all these other temperature setting that you can explore. Okay, so we have 37 for baby food. If you want to double boil your chocolate, you don't have to use double boiler anymore. You can just set it at 50 degrees. Okay, so you can also dissolve gelatin at 60 and make your own sauces. With Thermomix, they always encourage you to make everything from scratch. Okay, make your own mayonnaise, make your own hollandaise, make your own strawberry jam. Okay, so start slowly, but one thing that I think you have to try when you get a Thermomix is the chicken stock base. Okay, so I've already stopped buying all the supermarket chicken cubes because it's so easy to make your own and there's no preservatives inside, there's no MSG. Okay, so you get to control all the ingredients for your food. Okay, and then if you want to brew your tea and coffee, you can try it at 80 degrees. Make your own kaya at 90 degrees. Okay, sorting is always 120. Browning, like now, is 160, and caramelizing is at 170. Okay, and now I will jump to, okay. So a little bit about benefits of cooking with Thermomix. So you saw just now, Ping Ping made the quick and easy slushy, right? So if you make our normal lemonade, it takes 4 seconds. Okay, you grind the sugar and then you just 2 seconds to grind to make the lemonade. Okay, and everybody can cook. Yes, because we have the guided cooking like this. You know, your child can also participate. Just press next, get him to put in the ingredients. Okay, it's like no brainer. Just follow the instructions and it'll be perfect. Okay, all the result will be very, very nice. Okay, it's healthy because we are using 120 degrees temperature for cooking. So you get to enjoy the food with all the preservatives still intact. Okay, and auto cooking, like right now, I'm talking to you, but it's cooking on its own. I don't have to attend to it, except right now, okay, because it's done. Okay, so just press next. Okay, serve immediately and garnish with sprig of parsley. Okay, so just carefully remove the lid. Smells really nice. So this is my lunch. Okay. So this recipe is in cookie dough, garlic, chili prawns. So make sure you save it in your folder, okay, and try it. So if you like a bit of chili padi, you can also add in the beginning just now. So if you see all the prawns, they are not cut up at all, okay, because we have that reverse, we have a reverse function for the blade. So it uses the blunt side to stir the prawns, okay. So whenever you cook your meat, if you do this manually, you cook your meat or your veggie, make sure you turn on the reverse button. Okay, the reverse button is actually on the speed button, a small circle. Okay, so that is done. Okay, so I'll just continue now. You can smell this, it smells really good. I can't wait to have my lunch. Okay, so we also have the auto washing mode. Okay, this is also one of my favorite modes because let's say just now, okay, you make the dough and then you want to make the prawns. So what you have to do is just put in water halfway and then put in a bit of detergent, and then you can just go to the pre-clean mode. Okay, pre-clean mode is here, and then you get to choose 4 options. Okay, so you can choose whether to clean the dough or universal, and then we have browning like this. Okay, and you also have for the caramel for 170 degrees. So what it does, it will heat up the water accordingly and clean your bowl thoroughly. Okay, so before, this is good because if you want to cook another dish, it will help you save a lot of time. Okay, but at the end of the day, of course, make sure you open the mixing knife and give it a really good rinse and wash, and then let it dry and then put back again. Okay.
Ezrin,
Yeah.
my thing is done. So
okay.
let me swap the screen for a while and I show them the result before I go to the plating side. And then
Okay, sure.
Okay. So I will just. Okay. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, so the cooking is done. Let me show you the results. The top, remember we steamed the eggs, right? So this is how the eggs look. And you can see it's like a single nice layer. Okay. And then the bottom, it is our teriyaki chicken, which is already cooked as well. And then on the lower layer is our rice. So for some, maybe you're wondering, hey, you cook rice in the simmering basket. How do we remove the rice? The Thermomix actually comes with a spatula. Spatula has a special hook, right? The purpose of the hook is to enable you to hook onto the simmering basket. Where now we can actually remove the simmering basket. And you can see the rice is cooked inside. Fluffy, nice fluffy rice. Something every one you can see is nicely rounded and is nicely cooked. Right, I'm going to place it in here. Let me show you the starchy water. Can you see the water? It's very white and murky, and that's the starch that is drained from the rice. So you know there is actually machine appliances out there that cooks rice and release starch. And the cost of the special rice cooker is about 2,000 ringgit just to cook rice which has less starch for those who like to keep fit, or for those who has elderly at home who has diabetes and would still like to eat rice, right? Now we have that effect as well in the Thermomix, built into your Thermomix as well. So what I'm going to do with the rice is I'm going to pop it into our thermal server. As we will explain this to you, this is a wonderful gift that you will earn for yourself when you buy the Thermomix, okay? So this comes together. It's our current promotion, our purchase and posting gift. Ezrin will share that with you. 2.2 liter, pure solid stainless steel in one piece without any joint. Now the purpose of having this, it comes very handy with your cooking. You can actually keep food in the thermal server, hot or cold. It goes both ways. So now I'm going to keep my food hot. I'm going to use this to also mix my sushi. Okay, I'm going to pour the rice in here. The way of release from the basket. Okay, now we have the rice in the thermal server. Next, I'm going to show you how to release eggs. So we have put a parchment paper to steam the egg, and I could just roll it up, and it's released now from the parchment paper. And this can be your omelette. Then you can also make tamago with this, okay? Right, easily. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it on the top pot, and we're gonna slice it into small little cubes, and we're gonna mix it in there. Is that easy? And I'll show you. How it's like. Okay, you can also do this like when you fry beef the Thermomix, you can also make an omelette instead of frying in hot fire and oil, you get oil splattering all around the kitchen. This is something that you can do easily, and you can then garnish your fried beef with wonderful egg omelette. Okay, while I'm doing the garnishing, this is the white abico. I'm going to add to the rice, and because I want to make it into sushi rice, I'm going to add some rice vinegar, and I've also steamed some edamame this morning, which I'm going to add it in as well. Okay, so I'll pass the screen back to Esri to explain to you how to get the Thermomix right. Now, you've seen all the wonderful cooking that we have today, and these are exactly the things that you can enjoy in the comfort of your home. Right? I urge you to get your hands on the Thermomix, and Esri is going to show you exactly how.
Okay, hi, I'm back. So I already plated my scones. Okay, so I have here homemade strawberry jam. So you need to try this recipe. Okay, using our cookie dough, and this is just whipped cream, also from our Thermomix. Okay, so let me continue. So we have the auto washing. Okay, just now I was talking about auto washing. So Thermomix can also save your space. Okay, instead of having so many appliances in your kitchen. Okay, I've already sold many of my other kitchen appliances. Okay, so I only have my Thermomix at home because it can do everything for me. Okay, my breakfast, my lunch, my tea, my dinner, my dessert, everything. Okay. And goodbye to cooking fumes. Okay, so you see here, there's no kitchen hood. You can cook anywhere in your home. You're gonna cook in your living room. Okay, I'm cooking now in my dry kitchen. I don't need a hood. Okay, there's no toxic fumes that's coming out when I'm cooking. Okay, because I'm using low temperature that's not burning my oil, so I will not get fumes around me. Okay, and if you see my kitchen is clean, okay, I don't need to be wiping it. I don't need to mop my floor after this, because if you do this on the fire on your wok, okay, you know that you will be doing a lot of cleaning, right? And you'll be sweating, okay? So it's very tiring because you need to wash a lot of things as well. But here you only need to wash just one bowl. And even then, we have our pre-cleaning mode to start that off for you, okay? Do the initial cleaning for you. Okay, so again, the price, all right? So our full payment, if you make one-time full payment, you will get an option to choose one of our cookbooks, okay, which is worth 160 ringgit. Okay, and you can also choose financing option from 6 months, 12, 18, or 24 months. Okay, so at 24 months, it's just 291 ringgit a month, which is around 9 ringgit 70 cents a day. Okay, so what can you get for 9 ringgit 70 cents a day right now, right? So for me, when I got my Thermomix, I spend, instead of spending on Grab Food and Food Panda, I spend on groceries. Okay, it's more fun. I think you go grocery shopping and you buy good ingredients for your family. And because our cookie dough has so many recipes to explore, you get excited on what you want to cook every day. Okay, so I do my planning before I sleep. Sometimes I check my cookie dough, what I want to cook tomorrow, and then in the morning I'll go and buy my groceries. Okay. And we also have a promo now, like Pimpin said just now. Okay, when you get your Thermomix today, you can also redeem this 2.2 liter thermo server. Okay, it's a stainless steel bowl, very high quality. If you see, okay, it's round and nice and it's big. Okay, so our bowl, mixing bowl, is also 2.2 liter. So whatever that you cook in here, you can definitely fit in here. Okay, so it can keep your food warm and cold for a few hours. So like right now, I'm going to eat lunch after this, right? But let's say I'm cooking dinner at 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, but I'm eating at 7 o'clock. So I can actually put the dish in here first, cover it, and eat it later, and it will keep the food warm. Okay, so you can also keep your food cold. You can ferment your tofu in here. You can ferment your yogurt in here. So it's very versatile. You can use it for so many things, and it's very, very beautiful. Okay, so this is worth 360 ringgit, and so you want to get this, okay, as your free gift. So ask your advisors how you can claim this, okay, when you get your Thermomix. Okay. All right, so we also have this program. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay, we have, okay, this is the complete package. Okay, when you get the Thermomix, you get all the accessories so that you can start cooking immediately. Okay, you can also choose a basic cookbook, either an English one or a Chinese one. Okay, and we have cooking classes like this every Saturday to keep you motivated to cook, some ideas what to cook. Okay, and we do a free delivery all over Malaysia. Even if you're in Sarawak or Sabah, we deliver to you for free. Okay, and we also do unboxing service. You can do an online unboxing service. We have a very thorough unboxing video for you to follow. And we have launched recently a new welcome guide for you. It's very nice, very beautiful, and very informative, so that you can also follow when you do unboxing. Okay, and you get a 2-year warranty against any manufacturing defects. Okay, for those who buy for commercial use, you only get 1 year. We also have this option for you to join us, join our team, okay, to be an advisor like us. If you see this is something that you like to do, you like cooking and you want to spread the joy, you want other people to own this really wonderful machine, come and join our team. Okay, you can work at your own pace. It's not, you don't have to do it full time, okay? You can do it because a lot of people are also having another job, okay? You have kids to take care of, we understand, okay? So you work at your own pace, okay? So you can ask your advisor more details about this. Okay, so who would you recommend this Thermomix to? Okay, so I fell into the category that friends who cannot cook, okay, and friends who are eating out a lot, so I fell into that category. So if you know any friends who spend a lot of money on Foodpanda, Grab food, but you know that of course they prefer to eat something healthy, right, or home cooked food, go and ask them, come and join this show next Saturday, come and see the presentation, and maybe they'll be interested to get one as well. Okay, and people, if you have friends who are chefs, okay, people who cannot cook, because we have our guided cooking to help you with so many ideas and so many options for them to choose from, okay? And people who are health conscious, I think nowadays a lot of people are health conscious. We have keto recipes in here, okay, we have a lot of low carb, okay, low protein, you name it, we have a lot of options in our cookie blue. Okay, and families with children, of course, and people who are getting married or just got married, okay, before they start buying so many appliances for their kitchen, give them idea, get for hantaran, okay, I think it's the perfect hantaran. You don't have to put the whole Thermomix on the dulang, okay, maybe you just put, I don't know, maybe put a picture of it or just the bowl, okay, because this is quite big. All right, and friends who are friends with medical or dietary needs, okay? Maybe friends who they really have to control their salt intake, their sugar intake. So when you cook at home, you can do this easily, okay? All right, Ping Ping, are you ready with your dish? Okay, maybe I'll show mine first, okay? Let me bring this closer to you. Okay, so this is the garlic prawn, okay? And the scones, all right? It's very nice. Let me just one up. Okay, so you can see the texture. Okay, it's very nice. So make sure you try this recipe. It was so easy, right? You can get the recipe from your advisor after the show. Okay, so now I'll pass back to Ping Ping. Thank you, everyone.
Hi, I'm back. Can everyone see me? Can you hear me? Well, I hope you all can hear me. So you can easily use the thermal server because it's 2.2 liter. There's a lot of room for you to stir the rice and mix the rice. And after mixing, right, you can actually cover it up to keep it warm. Okay, now for this sushi, actually it's a very unique recipe. It's also nice to have it cold, right? So if let's say if you're in rushing time in the morning, you can actually make this in the evening and enjoy this next day. You can even pack it for kids to bring to school. It's a very healthy snack, right? And this is how the final outlook is like. Okay, and if you let's say if you have cookie cutters at home of different shapes, you can actually compact the rice in the cookie cutters as well and make them and form it into different shapes. Make it exciting for the kids, right? And they can also do their hands-on together. Right? So can you see the screen? Yeah. So this is our creation for today. We hope that you've learned something. Most importantly, if you have not started to cook with the Thermomix yet, please do get your hands on it. And even though the thermal server is the current purchase and hosting gift, I'd like to share with you that when we do run gifts like that, there are times that the gifts were actually out of stock. So it is based on first come, first serve basis. Okay, it's really a wonderful accessory to have together with the Thermomix. On top of keeping warm food, like Ezrin is sharing, it's also great for ice cream. Okay, if you make yogurt as well, this is 2.2 liter. You can also use this as your yogurt container because this can go into the fridge. If it's ice cream, it can also go into your freezer as well. Okay, so very handy, very practical. So we will be coming up with the next cooking show for next Saturday. Do keep an eye on it. But most importantly, get your hands on the Thermomix. We also know that Ramadan is coming, right? So it would be great and it would be so wonderful that you're able to cook at home. Don't rely on Ramadan market food. Okay, with the Thermomix, you can, believe us, you can create your home, wonderful home cooking. All right, so do keep in touch with us. Call your advisors, reach out to them, quickly get your Thermomix before they run out of stock. And we hope as well to see every one of you next week. Okay, any feedback, please let us know. If you wish to see any particular recipe as well that you wish to learn, also put it in the chat room. Okay, so till next week, do stay safe and see everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you, Danny. Thank you. How much vinegar? Okay, I have about 250 grams of rice, grain rice that was boiled, cooked in the Thermomix just now. Just now I used about 25 grams of rice vinegar, and then I added a little bit of salt, a pinch of salt, and some sugar, about 1 teaspoon of sugar. Right, so we will leave the room. Get hold of your advisors, get your machine, right?